Hey, what's going on everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about the GEVI Nugget Ice Maker. So GEVI reached out to me a little bit ago and asked if I would be interested in reviewing a Nugget Ice Maker, and I'm excited they sent it out. I've had it in the house for about 3 weeks now, and I'm super excited to share my experience with this Nugget Ice Maker. So thank you, big shout out to GEVI for sponsoring this video, but I am going to give you kind of my honest review opinion and what I think about it. So initially, when they reached out, one of the things that I was thinking about, I was a little skeptical at first because I just am the kind of guy that is like, I don't need stuff to be too extra. I like things simple, and when I thought about, whether or not I needed an ice maker in the house, initially I thought, it's not really something that I am interested in because I've got an ice maker in the fridge. But I didn't understand how big of a deal Nugget Ice was, so I told Carrie, and she, without hesitation, was like, I think we would love a Nugget Ice Maker. So I said yes, they sent it out, and I'm excited to talk to you and share with you all some of our experiences with it. It was honestly really easy to set up. From the time that I got it in the house, unboxed it and set it up, it had ice within a few hours. Now it took only like minutes to set up, literally probably less than 10 to 15 minutes. I went through a cleaning cycle, followed all the instructions, which were very simple, and I like that it's self-contained. Now, they give you the things like a hose and all that if you want to hook it up to water, which if we weren't renting, honestly, now that we've had it for 3 weeks, I would probably hook it up to a source of water. That's probably the only thing that I think that I wish that I could do. Now, it has the ability to do that, but because we are renting, we are just filling it up with water, which is still super simple. But, so we've had it now for a few weeks, and here are my thoughts. So, again, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't like things that are too extra. I like to keep things fairly simple, and this does just that. You put the water in, it's turned on, and it makes the ice. And some of the things that I like about it is it automatically, it'll stop if it gets full, which is nice. But we have just really enjoyed it. Carrie, we're getting ready to go on vacation next week, and Carrie asked if we could take it to the Airbnb with us. So Carrie obviously loves this, and one of the things that I was surprised at, or I guess, I think not really too surprised when I think about it, but the girls have really enjoyed it too. They've been using it a ton. It's really easy. I mean, there's absolutely nothing to it, which is one of the things that I love, is that it is super simple. Now, just to kind of explain how much we like this thing already, Carrie is fiercely protective of her countertop space. I cannot tell you how many appliances we have bought in our 15 years of marriage, but if I were to tell you how many of those appliances actually get permanent counter space, it is very few. And one of the things that we do like about this is its overall footprint is fairly small. Because it has a smaller footprint, it actually takes up less counter space, and we're able to have it right here by the refrigerator. So that's one of the things that I like about it. I also like the look. It's very sleek, which means you can leave it out on the countertop, and it's not, this thing that's going to look out of place. One of the things that I have been using it for personally is, now that it's summertime, I drink a ton of coffee, and I absolutely love this for my iced coffees. Makes it really nice. I really enjoy it. I've been using it a ton. Carrie has been using it as well. If we're going out to the pool, make a drink, put it in there, keeps the drinks super cold. And who doesn't love Nugget Ice? Now, one of the other things that I'm always looking at when it's time to decide whether or not we are going to get an appliance, or if we're going to spend money, and something for you to consider when looking at making a purchase like this, is how often is it going to be used. And I can tell you, in the 3 weeks that we have had this thing, I have not one single time used the ice from the refrigerator. So with me, Carrie, and the girls, this thing is getting used all of the time. And the same cannot be said for some other appliances we have bought in the past. Everybody's a little bit different, but one of the things that I'm looking at is how frequently is it going to be used. If you were looking at that for yourself, just ask, how often am I putting ice in my drinks? If you get this, the likelihood that you use this for all drinks moving forward is like extremely high. Now, I don't want this to all be positives. There are some drawbacks, and I want to let you know kind of what those are. For me, kind of the only drawback, which in our situation, it ended up working out okay, was because of the height on this. It did not fit under our cabinets, and I actually got, just to give you an idea of how tall it is. So it is about 17 inches in height, and underneath our cabinets is about 16.5 inches, so just barely missed being under there. Now again, in our case, it ended up working out because it wasn't as important to me that it fit under the cabinet. What was important to me is that it was close to the refrigerator and where we get our drinks. So we've got this spot here right next to the fridge where it lives. One of the other things to consider as well is you do have to fill the water reservoir up. Now, I will say one of the things that I do love about it is once it gets filled with ice, you can go back and fill the reservoir up again, which is something that we have done. So we are actually filling it less often, because essentially when this thing gets full of ice, which is the full reservoir of water, once that full reservoir of water gets turned into ice, you can add a second full reservoir of water, which is nice because you're not doing it often, but it is something that you will have to refill. But they overcome that, and if that's something you're interested in, if you are not in a situation like Carrie and I where you're renting, or even if you are renting and you have the ability to install a water line, that is a nice feature that you can do so that you never have to refill it again. All in all, something I am extremely happy about. It is something that I would recommend. I wouldn't be posting this video if it wasn't something that I like. So again, they sent it out, and I've been using it for 3 weeks before I even made the video, because I wanted to make sure that it is something that we actually use in our day-to-day. I really enjoy it. Thank you very much to GEVI for sending this over and sponsoring today's video. If you want to check it out, I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video. Please be sure to check that out. If you are a fan of cold drinks, you've got to give this thing a try. Thanks again to GEVI for sponsoring this video, and I hope you have a great day.